So we have a little bit of an issue going on here on the farm this beautiful Sunday evening. I wish I could say it was a great day today, but it really wasn't. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you why this has just been such a terrible day on the farm for my chickens and pretty much everyone else around it. So let's go. If you saw the thumbnail, which was just a picture of some feathers barely visible with the crime scene tape over it, this is what the scene looks like. It's not graphic. There's nothing there that'll terrify you or whatever. It's just some feathers, you know? It's nothing that bad. It's white feathers. So you're like, is Puff okay? I know you guys love Puff. If you're wondering, she is alive and well. It was the carbon copy of Puff, which, if you guys don't already know from my chicken series, Puff Carbon Copy is the person that works at every single business wherever those chickens go. So yeah, quite sad. But I'm going to recite to you literally the whole story as to how this happened, because this is a multi-day, very different, multi-perspective story. And it's a really, really, really tough listen. But trust me, it's worth it. So stick around, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I was just giving you the synopsis as to what all went down over here and share with you why my chickens are in grave danger. And the cursed day of July 20th too. It was a beautiful Friday morning. I had just woken up. It was about 7:30 in the morning. I hopped in the shower. I got my new clothes on. I did my normal routine, you know. And then I went outside to get some nice sun. Over here in the Northeast, it's not been that bad recently. The other day, it was like in the high 90s. Today, we only got up to 82. And on Friday, it was 79 degrees. So it was a perfect day to get out, get some sun, do some exercise. So I immediately go out over to the hammock, which is... I don't know how well you can tell, but I'll get over there just to show you. It's a hammock. It's about, I'd say, 60 feet. It's way down there. You might be able to see the playscape down there. If you go maybe 10 feet in front of it, you'll see the hammock. That's about 65-ish feet from where the chicken coop currently is standing over here. And these beautiful chickens didn't know what to anticipate. I was looking this direction, and I see nothing is going on. Beautiful morning, the birds were chirping, the sun was shining. However, what ended up happening next was very, very, very disrespectful on a good day. I heard this loud squeaking noise coming from the chicken flock. You see, chickens make this weird sound when they're flying over fences. It sounds like them screaming aggressively. If you own chickens, you know exactly what sound I'm talking about. They use that when they're jumping over things, or if you're carrying treats, they'll just fly out of the coop to go down there. If you know, you know. Basically, I heard that, except here's a little tip. If it sounds incredibly aggressive, incredibly loud, and you hear more than 2 or 3 chickens making that sound, then it is something going down and you should get out there ASAP. So, of course, I hear that and I'm like, yeah, there's something bad going on down there. So I immediately sprint into action, and I get down there, cussing out whatever's out here. I didn't know what it was. And then I'm like, damn, bro, there's something that happened here. And as soon as I get out here, I see these feathers, not these white feathers. This is from this morning, and I'll get into that in just a second. But these gray feathers right here, you can see them right alongside it. The interesting thing, however, was that these gray feathers are dragged in clumps down to the bush, and they kind of just went down through here. And if you're wondering why this is all mowed, we'll get into that in just a second. But they went all the way down here, right? And there were some drag lines in these bushes, and then whatever was down here jumped over that fence right there somehow and carried the chicken over there. However, what's sad is that there was another chicken over there. Yes, there was 2 chickens down there. The chicken that was dead already, and then there was another one, a chicken that was still alive. That whatever was down here doing its murderous things killed on the spot. However, it must have been really in a rush because it never really finished the job. Because if you know something about coyotes or whatever is killing these chickens, they oftentimes leave behind chickens. So they killed it and left. Literally. They just went for the kill and dipped. That's what they did. I don't know what it is about that. They just wasted the kill, you know. It could be some good chicken lunch, bro. It could have been some great, excellent 10 out of 10 lunch there, but instead you just left it. Probably because I was screaming at it, yelling all sorts of curse words at it. You know me. I don't curse in my videos, but and I don't usually curse that much in general, but like, when it comes down to like, my chickens are in danger, I'm not afraid to use pretty interesting words against it. And that's exactly what happened right there. So that now leads me to Friday evening. So what happened on Friday evening? Well, I counted, and we had 32 chickens. So sadly, 2 had passed away during the duration of the daytime, which is the second most we've ever lost in a single day on this farm. You see these chickens right here? They don't look too happy because of what happened today. I'll get into it in just a second. So yesterday was, well, fateful July 20th day, which for the last 3 years straight, we've lost at least 1 chicken on July 20th. On July 20th, 2022, we lost a barred rock due to egg yolk peritonitis. In July 2023, we had, of course, that big old 2023 attack. And in July 2024, we lost 2 chickens. Fortunately, none of the pet flock yet, and let's try to keep it that way. But I mean, hey, if the coyote wants to stop by and pick a falcon, I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. Maybe I might make a video promoting, no, I'm joking. But like, seriously, if it stops and takes falcon, there's not going to be a video made about him detailing the exact microscopic information about the attack like I'm doing with these chickens. Because in my opinion, they have a little bit more value than a rooster who just sits around all day and does nothing but eat food. He doesn't protect the chickens at all. And so many attacks could have been prevented if it wasn't for him. So on this day though, something interesting happened. I had a family gathering. And this was in, I think, just outside of Greenwich, Connecticut. So like really far southwestern Connecticut. And that's about an hour-and-a-half drive from my current house in northwestern Connecticut. And what ended up happening was very, very simple. During that day, 2 chickens while we was gone died. We never found the feathers to one of them, and the other one, I remember coming over here and seeing this massacre over here. One of our poor little golden buffs. So now I regret giving them that high of a survival score in one of my previous video essays. It's a golden buff right there. So, rest in peace, golden buff and random chicken. I don't even think I ever remember. See you. And now, that brings me to today. So we had 30 chickens left. So that brings me to today, where we let them out this morning, but instead of letting them out when the sun rises, instead we let them out when it was just time to go outside. So like 9 a.m. And we let them out, we do our routine thing. Except this morning I decided I'm gonna put some speakers out here. I'm gonna blast some music, like I always say to do in my videos. And then I can't say the actual word for that in this video, because, well, no thank you. This was like 10:30. At noon, I was outside multiple times between 10:30 and noon. This coyote, or whatever, I think it's a coyote, comes down into the chicken yard and snatches Puff Carbon Copy. Now I'll be respectful and say rest in peace to Puff Carbon Copy, because that's actually a really significant player in my chicken series, as I discussed about earlier in this video. So rest in peace to Puff Carbon Copy, or Puff CC. Puff, the main one, is still alive, and let's keep it that way. Now I think it's time to up the security in this flock. So far it's apparent that 1 chicken died today, but I wouldn't be surprised if 2 or 3 died. So in the last couple days, we've lost 5 chickens in this flock. And if you're wondering why we mowed down this whole area, we thought the thing was still in here, so we mowed it down trying to see if we could scare it out of here. Sadly, I think it escaped really quickly, so that's why I'm thinking it only got Puff Carbon Copy. But yeah, pay tribute to these chickens down below if you want to, because this is quite the upsetting situation to find yourself in literally the day after a family gathering. So right now, what is the solution we're taking? Well, we have a tree, we're set up a tree stand right there, and we're getting ready to smoke some coyotes, which is completely legal. If it was a bobcat, then sadly we can't do that. But bobcats only come once every 2 to 3 days, and they only take 1. They don't take multiple, and they don't come back multiple times in a day. Unless it's a combination of multiple animals working together to get these chickens, which if that were to be the case, would literally be an organized crime group, and that would be punishable immediately. However, as you can see here, this area is pretty thick and brushery, so I think it's good enough to trim this down a little bit, keep it trimmed back a little bit, and then keep these coyotes from coming in here. So yeah, this has been a quite interesting last couple days here at the farm. It's been quite upsetting, and if you're wondering about the peacocks, I thought I was supposed to get them today, but nope, we're getting them next Sunday. The reason is because we were worried about them like dying, because they're really sensitive to that sort of stuff. So yeah, I don't really like making these update videos too much, but I'll pay my respects. But tomorrow's video is just gonna be a normal garden tour, so like and subscribe for that if you want to. Anyways, if you want to see some chicken videos that might actually make you happy, be sure to click the playlist on the screen right now, which has some chicken videos on it, just for you patiently waiting right now. I'll see you there.